In a forgotten rural town where the wind whispered through broken fences and the earth cracked under summer heat, lived a 12-year-old boy named Caleb. He was quiet and skinny, with sunburnt cheeks, scraped knees, and a heart too big for the little town he called home. Caleb's world was small, a rundown trailer with a leaky roof, a mother who worked double shifts at a diner, and memories of a father who once dreamed of lighting up the town with wind energy until a storm took him and the windmill down. After that, the town gave up. The windmill, once a symbol of hope, now stood like a skeleton on the hill, rusted and lifeless. The townspeople relied on candles, kerosene lamps, and old habits. No one believed things could change. No one except Caleb. Every evening, after school, and after helping his mom wash dishes at the diner, Caleb climbed the hill with a rusty toolbox and an old book about renewable energy that he found in the school's donation bin. The cover was torn, but the pages were gold. He'd sit under the windmill, sketching ideas on scrap paper, testing gears from broken bikes, and scavenging wires from junkyards. His hands were always dirty, his shoes full of holes, but his eyes sparkled with determination. The other kids teased him. "Why fix a dead windmill? You think you're some kind of genius? That thing's never gonna work." Caleb just smiled. "It doesn't have to work now," he said. "It just has to start turning." His mom worried. "Caleb, you're wearing yourself out. Maybe it's time to accept how things are." But Caleb gently shook his head. "Mom, Dad never accepted it. Neither will I." Then one day news spread. A government inspector was coming to evaluate the town. If the place was too far gone, the town would be cut off from state funding. No upgrades, no development, just slow decay. Panic spread like wildfire. People painted fences, cleaned roads, repaired roofs, but the hill still had that windmill, towering above the town, a reminder of what was broken. Caleb had 1 week. He worked harder than ever, day and night, cutting metal from old tractors, shaping fan blades from aluminum sheets, rerouting wires, and even melting soda cans to create makeshift bolts. His fingers bled, his arms ached, but he didn't stop. One afternoon, his teacher found him on the hill. "Caleb," she said gently, "some things are too big to fix. You're smart, but maybe it's time to be realistic." He looked at her, sweaty and tired, and said, "If I don't believe I can fix it, who else will?" The night before the inspector's visit, a storm rolled in. The sky rumbled. The town braced for darkness. But Caleb, soaked and shaking, stood under the windmill. With trembling hands, he connected the final wires, adjusted the blade angles, and whispered, "Dad, if you're out there, help me catch the wind." At first, nothing. Then, a creak, a slow spin, a sudden gust. Whoosh! The blades turned. The turbine hummed. A faint glow lit up the trailer below. One by one, porch lights flickered on across the neighborhood. People ran outside, pointing at the hill. Children laughed. Old men cheered. The windmill, once dead, was alive again. The next morning, the government official arrived. He stepped out of his car, stunned to see lights, order, and a working windmill spinning proudly above the town. He shook Caleb's hand and said, "Who did this?" The mayor pointed. "That boy, Caleb. He believed we weren't finished yet." Caleb didn't ask for anything. No applause, no reward. Just one request. "Please send us tools, books, and a teacher who knows about clean energy." Years passed. Caleb grew up, studied engineering on scholarship, and returned not to visit, but to transform. He built modern wind farms, trained young mechanics, and turned that little forgotten town into a model of renewable energy. On the hill where it all began, the old windmill still stands. Not just as a machine, but as a message. At its base, carved in metal, "Don't wait for the wind to change. Build something that catches it." Moral of the story: your situation might be broken, but your spirit doesn't have to be. It's not about where you start, it's about what you believe and how hard you're willing to work. Change doesn't begin in the world. It begins in your thoughts and then in your hands.